it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first speaker of the evening, which is Peter Nifton, father of the bride. I will hand you over to him.
Oh, that's all right. Well, my first job is to thank you all for coming. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm Peter and I'm Sarah's father. I would have said how long I've been Sarah's father for, but we're not allowed to give ladies ages away. So we better draw a line over that one. Oh, we're not there already. So my first job, as I said, is to thank you all for coming, and particularly to members of the Madge family, many of whom have travelled quite a distance. You braved the M25 and got here in one piece, so well done, guys. I'd also particularly like to thank Elizabeth's mother and Paul's mother also, so well done, ladies. I can't conquer all the Madge names yet, but I'll figure it out by the end of the evening. So if not, just sort of mumble appropriately and it'll probably be okay. Now, there's one extra Madge in the room this evening, and I'd just like to congratulate this Mrs. Madge. Today. It was fantastic. You look brilliant in this dress. And I thought they both did brilliantly, did they not? Now, I'm afraid there's one person that can't be with us this evening, and that's the Reverend Elizabeth, the lady that married Sarah Jamie. I'm afraid just after the ceremony, she disappeared in a puff of smoke and was reincarnated as Elizabeth, my wife, the mother of the bride. Egos we have here, I think you did fantastically. So well done. And thank you also to Malcolm for playing brilliantly and Natalie for singing wherever you are. I get the opportunity in my household to speak for much more than about 30 seconds without interruption, deviation or repetition. So I'm under strict instructions to be brief from the ladies of the house this evening. Elizabeth, I promise not to run longer than any one of your sermons. Is that right? As the youngest of our three children, Sarah was pretty much the easiest to bring up. But I think we had a bit of practice on the two boys, so who knows. She certainly had the most consistent academic career of anybody I know. She started here as a toddler, a real toddler, on this site over at Ardquin. Worked her way up through this when it was the Grove School, went on to the Royal School, which was then part of the same establishment. I nearly lost my microphone. And went right through to her A-level. So she effectively stayed in one school right through her academic career, and I think that must have been pretty much a record. I fondly remember all sorts of things, but particularly taking you to the Godalming Festival. We were about 10 or 11, reciting the poem, The Windigo. I can almost do it from memory. Anyway, she just cleaned the floor in one cut, so that was fantastic. Now, Sarah, as most of you know, followed her father doing maths and physics at A-level, but then also added this music thing, I don't know much about that, which took her on to Durham. But I'm pleased to say that the genetics kicked in, and she went on to work for Jules Holland, listened to Eric Clapton, and did her dissertation on early blues. So, you know, the genetics had held together somewhere pretty well. But the friendships that she made here at the Royal and at Durham have stood her in really good stead. And it's really nice to see a lot of her long-term friends here from both establishments and from a number of their parents who remained family friends of ours for quite a long time. Now, having known Sarah for a while, I think I'm uniquely qualified to offer you some advice, Jamie, on care and maintenance of Sarah. Those of you who travelled with Sarah for any length of time will know that when she gets grumpy when she gets tired. This is due to the blood sugar dropping. Hypoglycemia, is it something like that? Whatever, anyway. So the first piece of kit that you need, always travel with a Mars bar. Feed your Sarah a Mars bar, sugar level comes up, and she's normal in 5 minutes. Now, those of you who've travelled with Sarah or ever gone shopping with Sarah knows how decisive she is. Now I haven't brought it with me, but I've got an iPhone app for you, which is a yes/no decision maker. Just switch on the app, push the button, and it'll say yes or no. This may well speed up the decision process when shopping. And finally, if all else fails and the stress takes over, the one last thing you need is a packet of Kleenex just in case it all goes. Jamie, of course, passed the test for a suitable boyfriend when we first met him. He's got a beard. He makes jokes just about as bad as mine. But he likes science fiction movies. I mean, so that was a tip. No problem there. But wind-ups aside, it's been a delight to get to know you, Jamie. And it's been terrific to see the relationship between these two blossom. From the time we first met him, it was on his best behaviour, of course, to our extremely secretive meeting in a Costa Coffee just opposite Kensington High Street Tube, when he asked me if he could marry Sarah. It's been really great to get to know you. So the two of them are obviously really good together, and it would have been absolutely bonkers not to give them my 100% approval.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I promised to stick to my 5 minutes. It can't be much more than that, so I'll ask you to be upstanding. I'm going to raise your glasses to the bride and groom.